We're back on Acadiana's Morning News. We are, of course, tracking the destruction of Hurricane Ida. And we mentioned that Acadiana, for the most part, came out unscathed. St. Mary Parish at one point in the crosshairs, but they came out with a little bit of wind damage. That's about it. Joining us on the phone to talk about the damage in the Franklin area and the rest of St. Mary Parish, KATC's Abby Breidenbach. Abby, you've been on the clock for the last 12 hours. I'm sure you're happy to be driving home right now and about ready to get some rest.
Ian, you have no idea. The sun is finally coming up, and I'm like, what day is it? What year is it? I feel very weird. But I have good news for you. We've been in St. Mary Parish for a while and really, really did not see much damage. I've been here since about 9 last night, and it's pretty boring in the best way possible.
I was about to say that. For Franklin to be boring, or St. Mary Parish to be boring after a hurricane, is the best possible scenario ever. Because just 5 days ago, the cone of uncertainty had Lafayette, Vermilion Bay, and all of Acadiana dead center. Then it pushed farther east, where Morgan City was smack dab in the center. And then over the last 48 hours, that track shifted farther east, and St. Mary Parish got off the hook. So for the people you spoke to over the course of the last 12 hours, what was their reaction? What were they telling you?
So I will tell you this, there was a curfew. It was strictly enforced. I was actually in an unmarked news unit, and we were pulled over because law enforcement was enforcing the curfew. So the only people that I was able to speak with were sheriff's deputies who were on the road, and they all kind of said the same thing. You know, I was looking for video to show people damage, and I was asking them, you know, where's the damage? What have you seen? And they're like, we're bored. There's nothing here. There's no damage. So, you know, there was a little debris, like 20 minutes worth of sweeping a driveway, cleanup, but really not much. And everyone was happy, too, to say that there wasn't much going on. For our morning show, I'd asked the public information officer from the sheriff's department here to give us an interview, and he said, I wouldn't have anything to say. So again, it's no news is good news here, right? So,
which for people in our business is not exactly the best thing, because that means we're scrounging to find information. But considering what the major story is, and that's Hurricane Ida, we can't stress enough that we're happy there's no news to report out of St. Mary.
Absolutely. You know, we come out here before storms always, and you see the windows boarded up, you see the sandbags in place. It's kind of eerie and quiet, but obviously no damage. And I would say that overnight, last night, and this morning in Franklin, it looked the way it would look when we're going out to cover hurricane prep, if that makes sense. Everything was boarded up, sandbags, but it looked clean, and the storm had already passed through, which was interesting. And now, you know, the curfew lifted about 30 minutes ago. We're starting to see people out on the road. Roads are clear. There's really no cleanup to be done. So really I don't want to say all of the parish, but Franklin came out pretty unscathed, and I know the people that live here are happy to be experiencing that.
We're hearing similar reports out of Morgan City as well. A couple trees down, some limbs down in Morgan City, but they came out unscathed as well. Now, you're headed back up Highway 90, coming back to Lafayette in the KATC studio. What are you seeing on the highway right now? You mentioned some people are out and about, but is it much of the same? Lots of nothing?
Lots of nothing, yeah. Really not many cars, but clear roads, nothing's blocked off. Absolutely no flooding. I didn't even wear rain boots, Ian, at all on this shift. I didn't even have to put them on. No flooding. Yeah, so I would say if you have to go somewhere, go. There's nothing stopping you, which it feels weird. It feels weird to be coming off of hurricane coverage and saying that and not warning people about anything, but from what we're seeing, there's literally nothing to warn anybody about.
Well, that's always a good feeling to know, and let's just hope we don't have to deal with any other hurricanes later this year, and that you don't have to put on your rain boots anytime soon.
And from your mouth to God's ears, I really don't want to put on those rain boots.
Well, good. I'm glad you're finally getting off shift. I'm glad there's nothing major to report out of St. Mary Parish, and I'm glad you're going home to get some rest because you need it. I've been watching you all night, and it's I can tell that you're tired and you're ready to take a nap.
Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you so much, Ian. I hope I didn't bore anyone too much with my whole lot of nothing, but again, we're happy to report it.
Look, after a weekend where it was really doom and gloom because we weren't sure what this hurricane was doing, to hear your cheery voice and to hear your excitement, I think that's a pep in everybody's step this morning.
Well, good. Well, everyone who's listening, have a good day. Good to talk to you, Ian.
Good talking to you too, Abby. Abby Breidenbach, KATC TV3, and Good Morning Acadiana. Many thanks. We appreciate the time.
Great. Bye, Ian.
We're back on Acadiana's Morning News after this.